Time to get fired up. A star-studded cast. Earnhardt, Gordon, and Johnson. We're counting down to the 50th running of the Daytona 500. From Daytona Beach, Florida, this is the Budweiser Shootout. The celebrating and the racing starts right now. From the Super Bowl to the Super Speedway, it's an all-star race and opening night all rolled into one. Fox Sports, glad you're with us for the Budweiser Shootout and the start to another terrific season of NASCAR. And we're already in for a wild ride. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in his brand new 88 car, highlighting a season of change. Jimmie Johnson remaining the constant, going for a third straight championship. And from the Hollywood Hotel, Darrell Waltrip, Jeff Hammond, Chris Myers, the gang is all here and ready to roll. Can you believe this will be the 8th straight NASCAR season on Fox with you guys?
With you guys, sure. It seems a lot longer than that to me. But I know it's really fun. It's been a great 8 years, and I can't wait to get started.
Guess what? I think we ought to give it to him. After 8 years,
explain to him what that is.
We want you to know one more time. This is a restrictor plate.
It doesn't restrict talking, though.
I know, but
that's
at the same
issue.
time, that is yours to take home with you as a keepsake.
It cuts down on airflow,
which I could use. A week from tomorrow, the 50th running of the Daytona 500, so we'll talk about that. Of course, the Budweiser Shootout tonight. What excites you most about this season?
There's so many things. This is one of the most exciting. I've been coming down here for 35 years. I'm excited to see if Jeff Gordon going for 5, if he can get closer to Dale. Jimmie Johnson going for 3 in a row, 3-peat, getting closer to Cale. There's so many, the 50th anniversary of this race, a lot to look forward to.
A lot to look forward to when you talk about that there. How about the first full season with a new car? I mean, we don't know exactly how it's going to play out here at Daytona, California, Las Vegas. A lot of excitement right now, getting ready to start with the drop of the green flag here tonight.
And I'm excited to work with you guys. You're as much fun to hang out with as Bill Belichick. Hey, I care because I care. All right, this year NASCAR wanted to return to its roots and its core fans. They want the fans to remember why they fell in love with the sport. Part of that, the human emotion, getting at a guy's grill. Not sure if that's exactly what Tony Stewart and Kurt Busch had in mind when they went at it last night. In fact, let's take a look at the history of these two going back to last season. And the Daytona 500, Kurt and Tony, they actually were going 1-2. Busch led 95 laps, Stewart 35. Stewart wound up 43rd, Busch finished 41st. And then at Dover, again, Kurt Busch, Tony Stewart, and then on pit road, look out. This is what got Busch placed on probation for the remainder of last year. He may be headed there again because last night in the practice for this Budweiser Shootout, we're talking about practice, that's Stewart into Kurt Busch. Both cars wrecking, and then watch this, not quite on pit road, but Kurt Busch gets into Tony Stewart. They were called in to the NASCAR hauler, and officially there are a lot of rumors about what went on in there. If there's any punishment, maybe Tuesday, NASCAR will hand out any kind of penalty if there is one. Officially, they're saying that what happens in the hauler stays in the hauler. It's like a bad Vegas ad, right?
Like
but did it get physical in there?
Well, we understand that everything kind of escalated. I mean, there was a lot of emotion there. And Darrell, you've been there before. I've been there. At the heat of the battle, you don't know ever what really happened.
Well, I'd like to tell you I don't know what happened in there, but unfortunately I do. You know, NASCAR is not running a daycare service here. You know, it's not an adult daycare service. These guys drive for two of the most respected owners in the garage, Joe Gibbs and Roger Penske. Those guys need to be in the hauler, too. Hey, make your kids play nice.
All right, yeah, no episode of Cops tonight, but who knows what we'll see when these guys go at it. Let's check in with Steve Burns, who's with Kurt Busch.
Kurt Busch would have started from the pole position, but Kurt, there's been a lot of controversy. You lost a good race car. What's your position on this about 24 hours later?
Yeah, it's funny. I picked the pole the other night, and I think you asked me, so how's it going to be going into turn one with everybody behind you? I'm like, maybe I shouldn't answer this because we're not there yet. And so, yeah, we've got our Martinsville car as our backup. So we don't know what to expect. We've got our work cut out for us. You know, we've done the aero things that we can to it to give us ourselves the best shot at taking the Miller Lite Dodge to victory lane tonight. You know, it's tough that we're in our backup. We got in a wreck during practice. You know, Tony and I are competitors. We always have been, always will be, and we need to learn how we can handle each other a little better so that nobody has to have any repercussions.
All right, thank you, Kurt. Good luck tonight. We appreciate it.
Well, Tony Stewart did not have to go to a backup car. They were able to fix the damage. What about any damage done mentally? Well, that's what we're going to ask Smoke. Obviously, things were getting crazy out there in practice. You said it's over, it's done. You're not mad at Kurt. Is that still how you feel?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's the last practice, and it's pretty close to the end of the session, getting ready for the shootout. Nobody wants to get their cars tore up, obviously, and, you know, it happened to a lot of us last night. So, you know, that's what practice is for. You try things, and, you know, this package is a lot different than what we've had here in the past. And, you know, we got a run, and we made a move, and he made a move, and we ended up both wrecked. And you know, if either one of us thought that was going to happen, neither one of us would have did it. But, you know, what happened afterwards, you know, coming into the pits, you know, I've done a lot worse than that, so it's hard to hold a grudge on that. You know, doesn't mean it's right, but I mean, I've done a lot worse than that, so it's hard to hold a grudge against him for it.
Well, Tony Stewart has something on his side. He is a three-time winner of the Bud Shootout, including last year.
All right, thank you very much. Sounds like they're getting along just fine. NASCAR, talk to them, straighten them out.
Somebody got to them.
They obviously rubbed each other wrong or have rubbed each other wrong, but it's amazing in how NASCAR can change your attitude. They make it very clear, you need us a lot more than we need you.
Have you ever had that talk
I
given
told
to
you, don't ask me why. Don't ask me how I know.
I think he's been there before, Tim.
But I like the human emotion. Two guys who never have trouble getting along. Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, two of the favorites to win next Sunday's Daytona 500. We'll see them tonight in the Budweiser Shootout. Well, last night, same practice that Kurt Busch and Tony Stewart got into it in the 07. That's Clint Boyer into Ryan Newman. It's going into turn 3, igniting what turned out to be an 8-car crash. And you see Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson among those that were involved and had to go to backup cars for this race. Let's check in with Dick Berggren, who's with Jimmy Johnson. Dick?
Last night, Jimmy Johnson was one of several drivers who crashed in practice. He has had to go to a backup car. That backup car is a short track car. It ran Richmond. Can a backup car that's a short track car win at Daytona?
You would think it could. I have no idea, to be honest with you, but I do know that 20 to 30 of our crew guys last night got the 911 call. I think a handful got the call, but 20 to 30 showed up. And they worked to get all the data off this car, get it turned around, change out everything they physically could to make it a speedway car, and got it down here before the garage opened today. So the effort's been put in. I'm going to get in there and drive my butt off and see where we can put that thing. And if a short track car wins at Daytona, I know NASCAR is going to be smiling, but everybody in the garage area is going to be scratching their heads.
He has 0 laps in that car. To Matt Yoakum.
And Jeff Gordon's backup car went to victory lane last year at Darlington. Taking into account the last 24 hours, what's the biggest challenge for you tonight?
Well, obviously, we have to survive. I mean, that was the biggest challenge yesterday in practice, and it's going to be the same thing here tonight. I mean, it's going to get intense, but hopefully not in these first 20. You know, that last 50 lap segment. I mean, there's going to be guys up front really battling for track position because I think it's going to be important. But for us in the back, you know, I think we might have to kind of chill a little bit and watch what they're doing up front. And then, you know, really see what we can do with them in that last 50 lap segment. But I mean, you can have all the game plan scenarios you want, and they all change at all times. So, you know, the biggest thing is we got a great DuPont Chevrolet team. I got to thank all the guys for getting this car, you know, ready to go tonight because we weren't really prepared for that. And you know, here we sit. The car looks great, and we'll see what kind of race car we've got.
2 times he's won this event, chasing number 3 tonight. Chris?
All right, thanks, Matt. More on the intensity of tonight's Budweiser Shootout and the participants. Coming up, Sister Hazel performing, and Kevin Harvick, our special guest here in the Hollywood Hotel.
Harvick's getting a run off turn 4. It's going to be a drag race all the way back to the start-finish line. They're side by side. Here they come, checkered flag. Harvick.
Fox welcomes you back. The Budweiser Shootout. Plenty of horsepower to go around here in Daytona. The world-famous Budweiser Clydesdales, the symbol of quality and tradition for Anheuser-Busch. And part of the entertainment here, Sister Hazel.
Thank you for all of your blessings this day. We pray your safety upon all of the drivers, all of the pit crew, all of the spectators. We thank you for it now. Please bless our troops all over this world. Amen.
And now from the band Sister Hazel, Ken Block and Drew Copeland perform our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Race fans, how about a round of applause?
Getting ready for the 30th running of the Budweiser Shootout. It's NASCAR on Fox. Let's head up to the broadcast booth. The best of the business. The guys will take you through our NASCAR on Fox racing season. Larry McReynolds, Mike Joy, you have a chance to talk before Darrell gets up there.
But only for a minute, I'm told, Chris, and that's okay. You know, I've been to all 30 Budweiser Shootouts, or Busch Clash as it began. Never have I had this knot in the middle of my stomach that I think 23 drivers and their car owners, their spotters, their crew chiefs, everybody has. Larry, it's the biggest field we've ever had for a Budweiser Shootout. Are we going to see a group of fast cars, or are we going to see a bunch of smashed cars?
Well, we may see a little bit of both. And the thing about it, Mike, you mentioned 23 cars. That's over half the size of the field of the Daytona 500 next week. And I think even with some of these guys going to backup cars, the real horsepower will start at the rear of this field. And they're going to be coming up through there. They're going to be coming fast because this is a short race. It's only 70 laps. But the good news is if your car's not right, we're going to get to breathe a little bit at the end of 20 laps. We're going to get a little break. We'll get our car right, and then we'll go at it for 50 laps. That's probably going to include at least one pit stop.
This is going to be fun. Let's get a late word from the Dean of Television Pit Road Reporters, Dick Berggren.
And I'm with Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's getting ready to climb into his race car right now. Absolutely the biggest story of the offseason was Junior's move from Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, the company his father started, to Hendrick Motorsports. He is delighted that all of that is done and it is all behind him now. He is ready to start the very first race ever for Hendrick Motorsports. Helmet get ready to go on. He's been very relaxed hanging around here. There you go. He is as good as anybody who has ever raced at Daytona, one of the best. To Steve Burns.
Well, Dick, NASCAR legend Mark Martin replaces Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that number 8 car. Now, Mark Martin has said he came here as a fan in the early 70s. He got Buddy Baker's autograph and still has it to this day. In a career full of milestones, he'll have another one tonight as he starts his 20th consecutive Budweiser Shootout. He won this event in 1999.
Darrell Waltrip on his way up to the broadcast booth. Jeff Hammond outside the Hollywood Hotel, excited once again to be cutting up at the Ford Cutaway car with Kevin Harvick. Jeff?
That's right. We're out here with Kevin. And Kevin, tonight we've been talking about the way the cars handle and everything. I think a lot of folks don't understand. These cars are riding around on literally on these bump stops that are located on the shocks themselves. The car goes down and when it gets down, it actually sits on this bump stop, and again, makes it for a very rough ride, and also, it's hard to drive.
It is hard to drive, and the biggest problem that we're going to have tonight is when we come off of turn 4, there's a lot of little ripple bumps over there, and this bump stop is compressed all the way down the straightaway, so as a driver, you're hitting the bump stops and your head's bouncing back and forth on the headrest, and the steering wheel's jerking in your hand, so it just makes the car hard to drive. Not that it makes the cars run into each other, but we don't really know what direction they're actually going yet.
So what's actually happening here is all of a sudden we're taking the spring out of play, we're taking the shock out of play. This race car is riding around basically on 4 tires. And again, when the front end starts bouncing like that, you never have any idea exactly where it's going to wind up.
Handling will be the key to winning this race and the Daytona 500 next week.
You've just heard it right now, Chris, from the guy who won here a year ago. I guarantee you right now, handling will be the key tonight as well as all week long here at Daytona.
All right, thank you, Jeff and Kevin. Kevin Harvick in 4 Budweiser shootouts. His best finish 3rd, but of course the Daytona 500 winner didn't get a pole last year and hasn't won this event, so he'll be watching with all of us. You have the best seat in the house. It's kind of a kickoff to our coverage as you get a look at some of the drivers that will be participating. You know that it's 23 drivers, the largest field ever, and 11 cars involved in the 2 final practice crashes, so it has affected a little bit of the order. Michael Waltrip was to start 3rd, so he and the Toyota moves up to the pole. Here's how they selected on speed. You saw Steve Burns with Kenny Wallace have the drivers. It was kind of an outdoor party for fans, and through a Budweiser bottle. It was just kind of a random draw. You pick a number, and again, Kurt Busch wound up on the pole, but because of the incident we talked about a little bit earlier with the crash, had to be moved to the back of the pack along with Bill Elliott, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, and Ryan Newman. So Michael Waltrip gets the start on the main spot. From that 1950 movie, All About Eve. Remember the Betty Davis? Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night. A new season begins with the same old but wonderful words. And I don't mean, gentlemen, start your tempers. I mean these words. Let's listen.
And now for the most famous words in motorsports, tonight's Grand Marshals. Mandy Raber, lead driver, St. Louis Clydesdale Hitch, and Bud, the Clydesdale's official mascot.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
We're anxious to see how Dale Earnhardt Jr. will do, whether Tony Stewart and Kurt Busch might mix it up. But who gets the biggest jump on the road to the Daytona 500? This is NASCAR on Fox. The Budweiser Shootout on Fox is sponsored by Chevy, the most wins in NASCAR history, an American revolution. And we are glad you're with us from Daytona Beach, Florida, and NASCAR on Fox, getting ready for the Budweiser Shootout. And if what we've seen so far is any indication, it's going to be a crazy go nuts. Let's look back at some great moments of the past.
Into turn 4, Waltrip will get one more shot. The 1,600-foot straightaway toward the finish line. Here they come. A difference of $32,000 goes to Buddy Baker over Darrell Waltrip in second place. This game is being played here. Oh, trouble! Ricky Rudd slamming toward the wall. Crashing, rolling over, side over side.
For the win, the Budweiser Shootout for the first time in history, Denny Hamlin gets the victory today.
Back at the Hollywood Hotel, up from the cutaway car. Short race, but strategy. What do you think we'll see early, Kevin?
Well, I think early the tires are going to be good. The first segment should be, you know, a lot of side-by-side pushing and shoving. And I think in the second segment is when the handling is really going to come into effect and what you take for tires and what you don't.
And the other thing is, too, we've already heard there's a lot of short track cars that are backup cars in this race. So it'll be real interesting to kind of see how these cars perform. You know, it may give you some insight on what to expect.
And I think leading up to this race, I mean, there's just been a lot of work for the teams coming into this race to get the cars prepared. And those teams that wrecked, it's kind of put you one step behind before we even get into the Daytona 500.
It's very true. The car of now. Let's go upstairs. Darrell has joined Mike and Larry. Guys.
Thanks, Chris. In the first 3 years of what was then the Busch Clash, Darrell finished second, fifth, and first. And the strategy was simple. There wasn't any. Drop the rag and let's go. What, if anything, has changed?
Well, in 500 miles, you have to be a thinking man. You have to be patient. In these races tonight, you apologize after the race. You go over to the guy and say, hey, I didn't mean to get into you. Like, this is an aggressive guy's race tonight. That's why Earnhardt won it so many times. That's why Tony Stewart's won it 3 times. Got to be aggressive.
Larry, you're going to have at least 1 and maybe 2 chances to adjust on that car. What do you do?
Well, you heard Kevin talking about that second segment of 50 laps. We pretty much know you're going to be wanting tires, and I think there's a lot on the shoulders of the driver and the crew. Remember, they've not made a pit stop since Homestead. One mistake during that pit stop could get you in trouble, but the biggest thing, guys, there's no points. And you know what they used to tell us? Saturday night's all right for fighting.
No points, no problem. 20 laps, then 50 laps. The Budweiser shootout, and here is your Budweiser starting grid as they drew for positions live on speed in front of a big group of fans here in Daytona. Kurt Busch, Mark Martin drew the front row, Michael Waltrip, Jamie McMurray, David Gilliland, who finished second last year, Reed Sorensen, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Casey Kane, Martin Truex, Tony Stewart, who won it, J.J. Yaley with Denny Hamlin, who won it 2 years ago, Kenny Schrader, a 2-time winner, Bill Elliott and Dale Jarrett, previous winners, Casey Mears, Greg Biffle, Jimmy Johnson, then Dave Blaney, Carl Edwards, Clint Boyer, Jeff Gordon, and Ryan Newman was one of the first to draw, and he drew the last spot. Now, a lot of cars have to go to the rear. 5 backup cars, 2 engine changes, and Casey Mears was ill and missed the drawing for positions, so he has to start in the rear. There won't be anybody left to start up front. Steve Burns.
Mike, Larry Mack brings up a great point. There will be a pit stop in that second segment. Jeff Gordon will be in good shape. His entire pit crew comes back intact from last year. The only exception, the rear tire changer, Timmy Leidiga, and he comes over from the 48 car, his teammate, Jimmy Johnson. Dick.
When NASCAR engineers designed the car of tomorrow, they wanted an automobile that could be run on every shape and configuration of Speedway. Tonight, Greg Biffle, car number 16, is racing a car that was run at Martinsville, this series' shortest, smallest track, and tonight it's going to run at Daytona. To Matt.
Martin Truex Jr. Dick is one of 4 drivers making their first ever Budweiser shootout appearance, and Martin will tell you, yes, he's not in the class yet of Dale Jr. or Jeff Gordon or Jimmy Johnson as far as Speedway racing goes, but he continues to improve. All he needs is a little bit of help. A win tonight will certainly help his stock as the week goes on. Krista?
Well, if you are someone who likes to play the numbers, you are campaigning for Dale Jarrett. He has won this event 3 times, 96, 2000, and 2004. All election years. Something else he has on his ballot, his first win came in his very first Bud shootout start. Tonight will be his last. He is trying to bookend an incredible Bud shootout career.
Thanks, folks. You see the scrapes on the wall up in turn number 4 from action earlier today in the ARCA race. 59 degrees, calm and clear. That's the weather.
Did you say calm?
That's the weather. The wind.
I thought I missed something.
If you are playing the numbers, the magic number could be 16. That is the average starting spot of the winner the last 5 years. Casey Mears scheduled to roll off 16th.
And there you see 2 segments. First segment 20 laps, and then we'll have about a 10-minute break, and you can do normal things that you would do on a pit stop, including cooling the engine down. And in 50 laps, pit road speed, I talked about not speeding on pit road, especially on a green flag stop, 55 miles per hour. The pit window for fuel, 44 to 46 laps.
18 pole winners from 2007, plus 5 past shootout winners who are still active and run the full season.
One of those things about getting on pit road is if you decided you wanted to take two tires, don't slide the tires when you come to pit road. Got to be real cautious with that.
Mark Martin making his 20th consecutive start. He won this race in 1999. He's in car number 8 tonight. Bill Elliott making his 23rd start in the Budweiser shootout, the most of all drivers. And the rookies, Martin Truex, J.J. Yaley, Reed Sorensen, and Clint Boyer are all in their first shootout.
Now, we have a couple of rules that are different for this special event. You can work on your car if we indeed have a red flag, where under normal points races, if the red flag's out, you cannot touch your race car, and all restarts will be double file with all the lead lap cars at the front.
That's my favorite rule. That makes it just like short track Saturday night.
And that's the way it should be all the time. Get those lap cars back there behind these leaders, let them race. The guy beside you's got as much to lose as you do.
And Darrell, I can't help but think to see your brother in that Toyota up on the pole now. And you go back a year ago as an owner, Dale Jarrett. His car was sitting on the pole and went straight to the back when he dropped the green flag. I don't think that'll happen with his 55 car tonight.
Mikey's pretty excited. I mean, he went through a tough year last year, but I think it's all going to turn around starting now.
Now, this is not a point race, but there are several Toyotas in this field. And the last time a foreign nameplate went to victory lane in NASCAR's top series, 1954.
And they have been strong during winter testing.
DirecTV Speed Week set to begin with the first green and checkered flag for NASCAR's newly named Sprint Cup Series of 2008. We're ready to go.
DW, I've been waiting 8.5 months for it, buddy. Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time Saturday night.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
The roar, and Michael Waltrip leads the first lap.
And the guy that ran second in the race last year, right on his tail, David Gilliland.
Mark Martin swings to the high side in the number 8. He has Reed Sorensen and Denny Hamlin with him.
See Jeff Gordon back there in that 24 car right now, just kind of filling that car out. We talked to him in the pre-race. Remember, this is the first laps that 24 car has made.
Boy, Jamie McMurray carried Mark Martin way up high, but you can run here 3 wide.
You can, and the closing rate on this car is so much faster than what these guys are used to. When they see a little opening, they shoot the gap, and the guy tries to block, but it's too late. That's what happened to Kurt and Tony yesterday.
New leader David Gilliland from California. That Robert Yates horsepower propelling him to the front.
And the man that ran second in the Daytona 500, Mark Martin, in that 8 car, he's been strong the last 2 days here for DEI.
Well, as we watched practice for qualifying tomorrow, Michael's car was really fast, so was Mark Martin's, and those Yates cars were right at the top of the board all afternoon. So they got the steam on the hood. We know that. And you can already see how these cars are moving around. The air off of this car with that big wing on the back of it is creating a lot of turbulence, and it's really causing these guys to have to jack on the wheel.
Mark Martin had the lead for a moment. Gilliland comes back on the outside.
But look at this field. They look just like they did when they started the race, 2 by 2 by 2.
I think you'll see this in the 20 laps. The tires are going to hold up really well. The car will handle it good for 20 laps.
3 cars have lost the lead draft, and they are all backup cars. Jimmy Johnson, Bill Elliott, Jeff Gordon.
But remember, Talladega, those guys rode it to back all day long. But when it come time for the money lap, Jeff Gordon drove up there and got it.
In about 17 laps that they're basically going to have a chance to make their cars better. They'll be caught back up at that break.
Carl Edwards and Tony Stewart take the high road.
See, they're jumping. That's what Kurt and Tony did yesterday. They jumped to that outside going into 3, and you don't have time to block. And if you try, you force the guy into the wall, which gets him into you.
Mark Martin deleted. Waltrip second with a push from McMurray. And that's Gilliland on the outside with the 41.
Now, you heard Kevin Harvick and Jeff Hammond talking about how these cars ride on the bump stop. Look how much these cars are bouncing around. Remember, this is at almost 190 miles per hour.
Well, I think the biggest thing, Larry, is just that, the back is moving around in the bumps. It seems like the back moves more than the front because the front, is limited on the travel. So the things, they look a lot worse than they actually drive. I mean, in my opinion, they do move around a lot, and the bumps really affect the cars, but it's not quite as bad as it looks on TV here in the car, but it's still a handful.
But Kevin, they're not bashful right now about 3 wide. That's for sure. We're seeing about 3 rows of 3 wide.
And you're definitely going to see this in the first part. I mean, the tires, like, it's all of a sudden they get to a point, and obviously it's dark and cool outside compared to what we've been practicing, but all of a sudden these things will just take off and the front end will start pushing, and next thing you know, you're getting loose, and off of 4 is the worst spot where you have those ripple bumps all the way up off the corner.
Now, what's happened to the 9 of Casey Kane? He got stuck in the middle, and back he goes.
I think that's a sucker hole. You can really go forward in a hurry, but you just can go backward in a hurry when you get up in there.
Junior to the bottom.
There he comes, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Junior Nation. Now we'll be seeing the sea of green waving in the grandstands.
Dave Blaney helped propel Earnhardt Jr. to the front.
Well, you can bet one thing, and I know that Junior doesn't really feel all this way, but he wanted to get by that 8 car if he possibly could.
Crowd loves it. Junior, by inches, led that lap.
6 1/1000ths of a second he led that lap by.
He isn't. Getting it, baby.
But, Darrell, what I like best about this, nobody's getting away.
No, well, this package, as long as you can stay relatively close to wide open, you're going to be able to suck up there. This thing is, these cars have so much more acceleration than they've had in the past.
Dave Blaney in that 22 car looking to the inside down the back straightaway, but he falls back in behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88.
Good looking paint job on that cat car.
Dale Jr. is the Pied Piper of Sprint Cup racing when you come to Daytona. Where he goes, drivers will follow.
Yes, they will, because they know he's normally fast.
Well, this is reminiscent of a few years ago when he and Michael were working so well together when Michael first went to DEI. They know how to work together, and it's paying off right now. Don't forget, though, Michael did turn him around here last year in the qualifying race.
Tell you what, Carl Edwards in that 99, Tony Stewart in the 20, they continue to work that high side, and they're slowly but surely making their way to the front, taking them one at a time.
Reed Sorensen down to the inside, and that put Mark Martin in the middle.
It's
and
like
the number 8 backs up.
It's like a big old accordion. Yep. It stretches out and then it sucks back in, and it's whistling all the time.
8 laps complete this time. We'll run 20 laps and then have a caution for 10 minutes. Everybody can catch their breath and work on their cars. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads the 30th Budweiser Shootout at Daytona. Dale Earnhardt Jr. still leads as the Budweiser Shootout on Fox is sponsored by Budweiser. Reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager. 12 laps just completed. Junior, Blaney, Sorensen, Casey Kane, and Carl Edwards, the front 5. And things have settled out a bit.
And that's what will happen here. It'll settle out, and the good cars that can run wide open all the way around this racetrack, they will continue to open up a gap on the guys that can't.
Now, Kurt Busch in that 2 car, remember, a backup car, unpracticed. He had worked his way up to 5th about 2 laps ago, got in the middle, just like we've seen a lot of cars. Now he's going toward the back.
And Michael Waltrip ran every one of the first 8 laps in first or second place.
Lane's pretty heavy right there. 2 back to the 16.
But here's what happened to Waltrip's number 55. Watch that blue car, top of your screen.
Jamie McMurray gets up on the outside of him. Michael may not have known he was there, and then when he tried to go to the bottom, maybe fill that gap there in front of Martin Truex, couldn't do it.
And Darrell, that's off turn 2, and it narrows up so bad over there.
There's always been a huge bump over there. It feels like it's twice as big as it used to be. And, man, you hit that wrong, and you're going for a ride.
There's the freight train. 18 cars, single file. Oops. Carl Edwards switches tracks.
And brings Martin Truex Jr. in that 1 car with him.
One's coming with you. 9.
Casey Kane, no help on the outside. Now he gets some.
You know, I got to say, this night's a long way from over. But there never was any doubt in my mind that Junior wouldn't do what he's doing in that car. I felt he would come down here and go right out there and take off and lead these races, and he's got a great race car.
So the Hendrick cars run 1st and 11th, 21st and 22nd. Steve Burns.
Mike, early on, it seemed like Jeff Gordon was content just to ride, asking his spotter, Shannon McGlamory, where other guys were making progress. But just a few laps ago, he reported to Steve Letarte, this car is starting to miss in the engine big time. He said, I've got fuel pressure. He also said the handling has gone away on his Chevrolet.
But I got to tell you, those two guys back there where they are, they're running the same lap speed as the leaders are right now. Just those two guys hooked up together. And they could possibly chase the back of these guys down before it ends.
Jamie McMurray almost had that Ford get away from him. Watch the 26.
And starts up 3 and 4. Starts up the hill right there. Once it does, you got to put some wheel in it. Then Gilliland sticks the nose underneath the back of him, and that's not exactly.
He did a great job of driving, but Darrell, you have noted it and noted it. With that wing on the rear of the car, it's like you can drive out of that configuration.
Yeah, any other time those cars would have gone airborne. But
caution is out at lap 15. Trouble down in turn number 1. And it is Bill Elliott, who was trailing the field by about 12 seconds, and we're told Elliott cut down a tire.
Yeah, that has every look of a right front failure.
15 of 70 laps complete in the Budweiser shootout of 2008. We're under caution in Daytona. Bill Elliott walks away from the Wood Brothers Ford in turn number 1 after bringing out the first caution flag of the night. That turn 1 wall has not always been kind to Awesome Bill.
Yeah, and let's listen. And that was so reminiscent of 1989 down here. Bill cut a tire down going in the corner and hit the wall so hard he broke his wrist. And I just think the cars are so much safer in the wall with the safer barriers. You saw Bill walk away.
Now here we have a problem. You have to be running 65 miles an hour just to stay up on the banking. So when a car stops up on the banking, that's a 31-degree banking. That's as steep as the roof on your house. So recovering that car is going to be a little tricky.
I'm just not sure how they're going to go about that.
And just to expand on this safer barrier, you see it right there. That wall that the car's against, it's still a solid wall. But if you see the pieces between that wall and the outer wall, these right here, what that is, that's foam. It's about 30 inches wide. And what happens when the car hits that wall, it gives a little bit. And that dissipates energy that just otherwise, if you just hit that wall solid, would transfer back to the driver.
So we're under caution at lap 18. These caution laps do count. And we'll have the pit stops at 20. Before we do, let's check with Chris, Jeff, and Kevin Harvick.
Thanks, Mike. 4 leaders, 5 different lead changes, and of course Dale Earnhardt Jr. out in front. Some thoughts so far, Kevin?
Well, I think that's great that Dale Jr. is out in front just for the fact of making a big change and how much pressure's on. But I still think the big story is just what a bind it puts you in going to these backup cars and wrecking in practice, and that right there is a good reason that they didn't get any practice, and they had to go to that backup car, and then they wound up blowing a right front tire. So that's never where you want to be, and they've gone through 2 cars before we've even got to the race.
Yeah, that's really going to put the Wood Brothers team in a big hole right now. But a guy that is definitely digging himself out of a hole has to be Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's looking like days of old when it comes to racing down here at Daytona, getting out front, kind of flexing his muscle. But you and I were kind of talking about the guys behind him right now. Dave Blaney could be a sleeper in this field because he's got a pretty fast race car himself.
Well, I was telling you guys, I think he might be the sleeper for tomorrow's pole, just for the fact that in the second practice, that car didn't practice, and in the first practice, he made 1 mediocre lap, not even on the bottom. So that car right there is fast. Dale Jr.'s car is fast, and the 41 car, I know Clint talked a lot about how fast his car was in practice yesterday. So those 3 cars lined up. It'll be tough to beat them, but when they get side by side here again, anything can happen.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. amped up, no doubt, and tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern time, that front row qualifying, you could see it on Fox. All right, well,
you never cease to amaze me. You never cease to amaze me.
Let's go back upstairs, guys.
The other thing I think you ought to point out is look at the parity. I mean, we talk about who's got the advantage in the Toyotas or the Chevrolets or whomever. We got a Chevrolet leading, we got a Toyota and a Dodge and a Ford in the first 4 spots. So they always seem to be able to figure it out.
Well, now we've got a problem, because down in turn number 1, they cannot roll Bill Elliott's car forward and down off the banking because of that tire. The wrecker cannot go up there and park and hook up to it. So as they complete lap 19, they'll come around and take the pit stop next time around and actually finish the 20th lap on pit road. That will allow the recovery folks to set up some cables so that they can winch that car down off the top of the banking.
Yeah, because with the splitter on the front that is strong and as stout as that front end is, if you let that thing come down the hill and hit the apron, it'll tear it up just about as bad as it did hitting the wall.
And Darrell, I remember on another network years ago at Talladega, which is banked 2 degrees steeper than this, they parked a little Volkswagen Bug up at the top of the banking, and somebody just leaned on it, and it tumbled down the banking. So you don't want that to happen either.
And I think I remember that there were a lot of guys in the back of it too, wasn't there? And that's a safety truck at the time or something.
Fox's coverage of Daytona Speed Weeks continues tomorrow. We'll bring you Daytona 500 pole qualifying presented by DirecTV and find out who will start on the front row for the 50th running of the Great American Race. Coverage begins tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific in high definition, only on Fox.
You know, Darrell, you talk about the parity. Mike mentioned it up there, and one thing that I do catches my eye there is looking at that 4th and 5th place car, Carl Edwards and Jamie McMurray driving for Roush Fenway. Those cars during all of testing absolutely did not have very much speed out there by themselves, but the draft and the pack, they've got those cars driving good, and there they are up there in the top 5.
I don't care how much they say these cars are all alike. You can run a Bristol car, you can do whatever you want to. You build a car for Daytona. You can build it 2 ways. You can come down here and build it to go fast for 1 or 2 laps with no drag, at least amount of drag you can put in it. The other way to build it is where it's going to race good. If I'm locked in the top 35, I want to race good, and I think that's what Carl Edwards and some of these Roush cars, and maybe a lot of guys in the field have done. They built cars that will race good.
This time.
Carl Edwards being told they will pit this time. That gives the recovery folks in turn 1 plenty of time and space to work without these cars circulating under caution. And we'll see what happens in this 10-minute break and what changes can be made. Michael Waltrip led most of the first 8 laps, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. took over and has led the rest. Dick Berggren.
But Michael Waltrip is really unhappy with his race car, Mike. He has drifted all the way back to the 17th position. He said the car is pushing, it is bouncing. He has called for multiple changes on this automobile. Krista.
Tony Stewart said what he really needs to be able to do is to turn the wheel a little bit more. They talked about making a track bar adjustment. They're making the 4-tire change right now. Matt.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. said his 88 car was good out front. He was a little concerned, though, because a couple times it did jump out from underneath him a little loose. He said if he got back in traffic, maybe in a second line, he may have some issues. Steve?
Well, Matt, Carl Edwards is an old dirt tracker, and he seems to like this race car. He started 20th up into the 4th position. His comment just prior to the stop was it felt like the right front tire was going away a little bit, so they dropped the track bar. They also made a wedge adjustment.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. has led 15 of these 20 laps. David Gilliland 2, Michael Waltrip 2, and Mark Martin has led 1. We're under caution.
Shootout on Fox is sponsored by DirecTV. NASCAR Hot Pass only on DirecTV puts you behind the wheel. By the Ford F-150, built Ford tough. By Lowe's, for all your home improvement needs. Lowe's, let's build something together. And by Sprint, welcome to the 2008 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Speed is beautiful. Under red flag, we're 20 laps through, 50 to go. Steve Burns is standing by with Carl Edwards. Steve?
Well, Chris, I'm down here real close to the racetrack. First of all, these guys are nuts. And, Carl, those cars seem like they're bouncing around out there.
Yeah, they are. This is pretty wild. Our Office Depot Fusion's pretty good. I knew we were in a little bit of trouble. I looked in the mirror and saw Jamie McMurray, you know, the whole right side of his car. But I drank a little too much vitamin water. I was going to get out and go to the restroom, but it's about a quarter mile away. So I guess we'll just get back in, go at it 50 laps. I have a feeling that the excitement has just begun.
You'll have to hold it. Sorry about that. Let's go to Krista.
Yeah, we're holding it down here. Thanks, Steve. Jimmy Johnson staying in the car. You talked on the radio how you were getting tossed all over the place. Is it even worse than you guys thought as far as practice?
Well, it's not real fair to place judgment on this car. It's the first laps it's had on it, so we'll work out some of the bump stop arrangements now, make the car better. I wasn't up in the draft either, so my car wasn't driving real good where I was. I can only imagine what it's going to do up there. So it's a bit of a brick right now, but we're going to work on it and try to go race in this last 50.
Jimmie Johnson going to take the 48 brick back out on the track. Matt?
2006 winner Denny Hamlin. A couple bottles of water. How would you describe the first 20 laps so far, Denny?
Pretty tame. I'd say it's about a level 7 out there right now, but
you're expecting a level 10 later?
9.5, probably. Yeah, I mean, it looked like right there towards the end, right before that tire cut, the field's starting to get strung out a little bit. So I think right around lap 15 is where you're going to see guys start to get separated. So it looks like you're going to have your track position before lap 15. So I think everyone's going to kind of go crazy to try to get that track position for the first 15 laps while you still got good tires, and put yourself in position there at the end to try to make a move for the win.
It's taken plate racing and speedway racing Dick Berggren back to being a chess match.
Indeed it has. Ryan Newman maybe playing a little bit of chess. He started in the back in a backup car that had 0 laps on it. But I was listening to you on the radio, and it sounds as if this car may have more in it. You ready to go to the front?
Yeah, the Alto My Circle Dodge is just riding right now. We got to protect our car a little bit. Didn't really know what to expect in the first 20 laps there, and just kind of riding around, like I said. So it's go time here in a little bit. Not quite right away, but we'll see. I think we'll be all right.
And the truth of that whole story is they have made virtually no adjustments to this car on the pit stop.
Thanks, Dick. 50 laps to go in the Budweiser Shootout. Our mandatory 10-minute break. A little help with the flat tire from Bill Elliott and the wrecker having to haul him off the track. The Budweiser Shootout on Fox continues in a moment.
Do you know Budweiser Brew? In the Budweiser Shootout at Daytona, Bill Elliott's wrecked car has been removed. Service has been completed up and down pit road. And the pace car will pick up the field at the end of pit lane and will go racing for 50 laps. Now, Larry, maybe you could make it on fuel with some cautions, but is fuel what you're worried about?
Not really, and I think what just happened there on lap 16 with Bill Elliott would even make it a bigger concern. I know we say it's a backup car. It's not been on the racetrack. But the thing about it, we have been lurking with this problem all throughout testing, and I don't know that it's a problem with the tire as much as how aggressive teams are getting with their setup to make these cars drive better. And Kevin and Jeff, we've got to run a long way. The big thing I would be looking at of these other 22 teams, what did my right front tire look like?
I know for a fact, crew chief, I'm getting 4 tires whether you like it or not.
Yeah. And when the guy starts complaining about what the car starts pushing, you better be thinking about getting out of it and getting on pit road and making that change right there, Kevin. Otherwise, you're going to see a repeat of what happened to Bill Elliott.
Well, I think as these cars, you know, they ride around on these bump stops, and the camera is so sensitive in these cars. If you're off, I mean, just that much, we've seen the inside edge of the tire wear out, the outside edge of the tire wear out, and some of the tires just get little, you know, they get a lot of checks in them, and they get little spots in them where the cords start to show, and if you're pushing, you're in big trouble.
Well, we heard some guys right there, the Carl Edwards, for example, he felt like the right front tire was giving up on his car, Chris. So these things are going to come into play during these final 50 laps. So strategy, we talked about it, strategy.
And we'll see how it plays out. 50 laps to go. The Budweiser Shootout from Daytona Beach, Florida on Fox. Glad you're with us. NASCAR at Fox and the Budweiser Shootout. 23 drivers, most ever in this event. 30th running of the Daytona 500. On lap 4, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that 88 car. Hendrick Motorsports moving out in front, leading 15 of the first 20 laps in the first segment. And watch here, a little nudge from Gilliland and saving it, Jamie McMurray. And then a flat tire for Bill Elliott. And we are ready to go in segment 2 and the wrap up to the race. Let's rejoin Darrell, Larry, and Mike.
Double file restart, as we pointed out at the top of the day. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Dave Blaney will have the front row. Should we go caution free? We'll see green flag pit stops?
I think so. You know, I'm sure there's people going to try to stretch it on fuel, but like Kevin, Jeff, myself, Darrell, we've been talking about, the tires would be a concern.
Green flag, 50 laps to go in the Budweiser Shootout of 08. And Reed Sorensen is right up against Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s bumper, propelling him out into the lead.
And Carl Edwards in that 99 decided that may be the line that's going to move. He jumped out from behind Dave Blaney in the 22 to the bottom of the racetrack.
These cars restart pretty well because they've got so much more acceleration than they had last year. They come right up to speed. It's not like it was last year where you had to get them wound up. Last year you'd be in third gear all the way off of turn 2. Now you're in high gear coming off of turn 2.
Definitely the most impressive backup car with no practice laps. Kurt Busch in that 2 car, who was going to start on the pole, had to go to the back without any practice, and here he's going to come around in 5th place here to complete the first lap after the break.
Well, he's had a good car here, you know. In the 500 last year, he and Tony had a problem, and down here he's third. I think he finished in the 400. So they've got a good Daytona package.
David Gilliland having a tough time and drifting to the back of the field as you ride with Clint Boyer.
55 inside.
Casey Mears just ahead. Mears switching from the number 25 to the 5 this year. Matt?
Mike Dale Jr., knowing he was going to make the move for 2008, had TJ Majors, his spotter, started working with about the last 10 races last year. The only thing he said during this race, just be very descriptive. Not only tell me who's behind me and then after them, but tell me if someone jumps out and makes it too wide so I get an idea of where I need to move myself, Steve.
Matt, just before the restart, Carl Edwards said, here we go, boys. 50-lap shootout on Saturday night. You got to love it. I asked his crew chief, Bob Osborne, how the tires look. He said they look surprisingly well. And I said, are you concerned given the fact that Bill Elliott had a blowout? Saw lead change. Bob Osborne, said if we run 40 laps, we'll all be in trouble with tires.
Carl Edwards in the 99 on the inside with help from his Roush Fenway teammate, Jamie McMurray. Getting underneath Earnhardt and Edwards into the lead.
Yeah, well, Carl put a couple of really big moves on Dale Jr. going down into turn 1 to get the lead away from him. Jr.'s going to fight back here on the outside with Blaney, and they seem to work well together, Blaney and Jr.
And watch Big Orange outside row, 3rd car back, Tony Stewart. Gibbs Racing has won 4 of the last 7 shootouts, and right there is the first time that Tony has crossed the line tonight higher than 7th.
And that's the same race car that was involved in an accident last night. They repaired the car, but they had to change the engine, so they had to go to the rear of the field.
Blocking doesn't really seem to pay off. Every time somebody tries to block somebody, they actually lose a lot of spots. It's almost like you're better off to let the guy go and then try to get back in behind him.
2 Fords, a Chevrolet, and 2 Toyotas at the front of the pack. Junior back to the front.
That 22 car of Blaney's and the 88 of Junior's, they work really well together.
Clear by 2. Side by side, your mirror there. 22 is probably going to clear him there.
Somebody's up against the wall.
One car hard against the wall, and sparks fly.
It's
from Jamie McMurray.
26 car. Caution will be out.
And in front of the rear, 11 got in the side of the back there. 10-4. Take it to the garage.
Sounds like he may have got a little push.
Second caution of the night. Let's see what happened. Watch the 26 McMurray coming on the top of your screen.
Here comes Hamlin at a pretty high rate of speed. Closing. I'm out here. Boy, and 11 got in the wall just a little bit too.
And for the second night, including practice last night, Denny Hamlin was in it and lucky not to get crashed hard.
Yeah, he was actually involved in both of those accidents last night, just with minor damage.
This car is pretty daggone tough on the right side.
It needs to be.
Yeah.
This is from Denny Hamlin.
That's exactly what happened with Tony and Kurt last night. You know,
Caution's out.
Get that nose up along there beside that right rear.
And let's ride with Clint Boyer.
Still lined up inside. Caution's out. Roll off the throttle. Roll off. Inside.
Darrell, it's not much, but is it significant that the COT platform is 4 inches wider than the car they ran here last year?
I think what I keep hearing is it's a vision problem.
Yes.
They can't see out of the back of these cars. They got that wicker sticking up on the back of the wing back there, and it's hard to see out of these cars to know where somebody is.
We've got a few takers on pit road. Denny Hamlin, that 11 car, may have some damage. Michael Waltrip, Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Krista.
Jimmie Johnson, the 48, coming in a little fast. They just talked to him about to slow down, but he made it in. He said, sorry about that, no problem, coming in for 4 tires. He also said the splitter is dragging on the track, so they had to come in and make sure that they're okay there. 4 tires for the 48. Steve.
Krista, Carl Edwards coming down pit road. He said he's told his crew chief Bob Osborne he's not real sure about the balance of the race car because they haven't had that many laps since the restart, but Bob had told him do what the leaders do, but looks like Carl hasn't made it down pit road.
And problems for Michael Waltrip, who came onto pit road with that pack. Look at Michael, the Napa car. He's the second car in line. There's his pit sign.
Whoops.
Back there a bit.
And what did I say at the top of the show? It's been a few months since these guys had to do this routine. Got to get back in the swing of things.
Second caution of the night. This one for Jamie McMurray. The Budweiser Shootout on Fox is sponsored by non-drowsy Claritin allergy products. Getting set for the restart, double file. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Dave Blaney, Chevy and Toyota on the front row. Tony Stewart up to third, the highest he's been all night with Carl Edwards. Reed Sorensen with Kurt Busch and Dodges. Casey Mears, Casey Kane, Mark Martin and Clint Boyer, the top 10 as we go back to green.
You know, going back to that crash a while ago with Jamie McMurray, that's also a terrible spot for the spotters because the spotters are right here at the start-finish line and they're looking dead at the cars there as they come off turn 4.
Well, I think a lot of the time what happens is we put a spotter in turn 4 because from the top of the spotter stand you can't see coming off of turn 4, and I think it looked like somebody just said Jamie was clear and he just came up because it wasn't like he just jerked up there. I mean, he eased up there and then they wrecked. So, and defending Michael here a little bit, Darrell, on pit road, you know this place is slick, so you can't just turn it left and stomp on the brakes. So you'll slide the front tires a long ways.
That is, there's no way a spotter can make that call right here in this area right here.
Michael Waltrip missed his pit and restarts 20th. Krista?
Well, guys, this may actually work out okay for Michael. He and his crew chief, Paul Andrews, just talking, and Michael said, I'm just going to kind of hang out a little bit, try to save some gas. Hey, you know, if this thing stays green, we're good to the end on Sunoco Power, so just don't lose the draft. But, hey, by the way, if we have any extra laps, we're not okay.
Yeah, those 3 caution laps probably bought most of these cars that little bit they needed. You don't use near as much fuel in the caution to do green, and a lot of them were just 2 or 3 laps short of making the 50 laps on fuel.
Pretty optimistic, I might add, to think that there's not going to be another caution.
Dave Blaney, former champion of the World of Outlaws, who won a pole at New Hampshire last July. In a Toyota, first pole by a foreign nameplate in NASCAR since Lloyd Shaw at Langhorne, Pennsylvania in 1953.
4-car breakaway on the bottom.
Steve.
And Mike, Dave Blaney out front of the 22 car. He likes that, not necessarily because he's leading, that's good too, but he had said before to his crew chief Tommy Baldwin, this car is a lot more stable and a lot more comfortable when I'm out in front by myself.
Well, and that's acting a lot like the old car. It's getting all that clean air on the nose that's putting pressure and downforce on the front end that's helping the car to turn, I'm sure. Where when you're behind the car, you lose that downforce.
Blaney's paint job is a tribute to all the cat dealers in Canada and the U.S. that have supported the racing team for all these years, and it's a tribute car to all of them.
Let's go back to 15th here, riding with Denny Hamlin. That's Jimmie Johnson just ahead. Hamlin was involved in the crash with McMurray, but runs in 15th. Matt?
Mike, the hits keep coming for Denny Hamlin, the 06 winner. Now he pitted twice. The second time just to top off with some Sunoco. The first time to fix both front fenders. Now he may have a possible driveline vibration. Curtis Markham told him if it gets worse, then we'll pit. Right now, just try to ride it out and do the best you can.
Now we're seeing Jeff Gordon here in the 24 car. Remember, Steve reported before the 10-minute break that his car was missing. One thing they did during that break is these cars have 2 ignition systems. They went to the other ignition system, at least sitting on pit road. The car sounded much better, and he's definitely running much better here than he did in the first 20 laps.
J.J. Yaley to the inside, just behind. New team for Yaley this year. Hall of Fame Racing. Moving there from Joe Gibbs.
If you know your car's going to be good over the long run, you're going to be real patient right now. Let these guys wear their tires down a little bit, and then I'll get them when they get single file, because they're going to get single file here pretty quickly.
Tell you another car I believe that's made it much better. We talked to him during the break is Jimmy Johnson in that 48 car. They just had some things they needed to sort through in the first 20 laps and then made the right adjustments.
My vote for most improved, number 20, Tony Stewart. Car never got much out of line. 7th, 8th, 9th place in the first 20 laps. Here he is coming to the front.
And how many times have we seen this at Daytona? Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading, Tony Stewart running second right with him.
I tell you, and he wasn't bashful about sticking it in there beside of Blaney either and forcing him out of the way to get by him.
Yeah, but those two get together, it's like Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, or any other pair that you can name. They are tough to top when they're together. Here is how Dale Jr. got the lead from Dave Blaney.
Look at him fighting the wheel. Dale Jr. fighting that wheel, trying to get that side draft so he can pull right on past.
And
look
he
at the car.
did it
Look
with
at that.
side draft.
I mean, Tony's right on his back bumper, and that's really making him dart around, but he's hanging on to it.
Darrell, what happens to the car when you come up alongside the right rear quarter panel of another car, get close, and then break away? What happens?
Well, when you get to that right rear quarter panel, when you pull right up next to that door, there's a void right there. And when you go there, there's a void, then you swing out and you get the draft effect off of the side of the car. So you're coming inside the wake and then back out of the wake. It slows the other guy down and speeds you up, and you go right by him.
Wonder where he learned that move.
I don't know, but I think the one thing I think he learned was he can see that air. I can tell you that.
I think we've used this comment before. The apple didn't roll too far from the tree.
Not at all. By Toyota, moving forward. By Budweiser, reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager. And by Subway Restaurants. Subway, eat fresh. 37 laps complete. Tony Stewart took the lead from Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the high side. Jr. went upstairs. He's taking it back.
Check out that outside line. Hendrick. Big Daddy, number 24. He's worked his way into the mix.
Yeah, those are backup cars. They had to tune on them a little bit, and apparently they fixed them.
Kurt Busch, the 2-car on pit road here, unscheduled pit stop with 32 laps to go.
I wasn't real worried about that 24 and that 48, to tell you the truth, in that 20-lap segment. I felt like they were just kind of feeling their cars out, that we would find out in this segment if they were any good or not.
20-lap test session, 50-lap race.
Boy, Reed Sorensen in that 41 car. He just squeezed up behind Casey Mears in the 5.
Johnson to the bottom. Let's see if Mears in the 5 will let Jimmy in upstairs. Not enough room. Not going to happen.
I'll tell you a guy that's just driving his heart out is that Caterpillar car, though, that 22. He is hung right there with whoever's in the lead.
Yep, push to 24.
Who else has fought their way back? You see him making that move to the middle right there. Michael Waltrip in the 55 car. Remember, he restarted this segment back in 21st after missing his pit box.
And this is out of Michael's Toyota.
Well, that's a good thing about having that brake. If you got a little issue, and particularly with this car, you can make a little adjustment, and man, it makes a big difference. Little adjustments make big difference on this car.
Kurt Busch had a tire rub. Had to have the fender pulled away from the tire. He is back in the race. But look at this, still 2 by 2 by 2. Nobody can get away. Very little changes except right in the middle of the mix.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. I thought we'd see these guys get single file kind of spread out a little bit, but so far these cars are sticking together better, almost like Talladega, or well, exactly like Talladega.
Can they do this for 200 laps next Sunday?
I don't know if they can or not. I don't know if I can or not.
We have got 17 cars in less than a second. You know what I can't wait for? How about the dual 150s on speed on Thursday when you're going to have the field split up trying to make the Daytona 500?
But just think about next Sunday. I mean, this is just half the field. We're going to have this many more cars out there, and that's going to be even that much more exciting. And boy, here's Jeff Gordon looking to the outside here. Junior coming off turn 4.
3 of the 4 horsemen of Hendrick.
Side by side your mirror now. 20 Tony got back inside the 24.
Lined up on the outside, Tony Stewart pounding the pavement on the inside in the number 20.
And right now,
Run here, watch your mirror.
Looks like a battle of Chevrolets versus Toyotas. You do have Reed Sorensen, though, in that 41 car that's in a Dodge right there in the mix.
Well, I think what we're seeing, Larry, is what we saw all year last year in this new car. The Hendrick cars just seem to handle a little bit better than the others, and they've got a lot of horsepower. And I'll tell you,
41 laps complete.
If you want to see the heavy hitters, they're all right at the front.
There you see Jeff Gordon in that 24 car, a backup car, had some ignition problems. They fixed it. And remember, this is a car that was basically a third backup car that's almost a short track car. He won Darlington with it last year.
I don't think that hurts you a bit in the race.
Absolutely not.
I think it's a good car to have for racing.
Now let's see if Stewart on the inside can get some help from Blaney as those two Camrys battle the three Impalas in the outside lane.
Well, this is a test of teammates here, because you look at Dale Jr. running behind his teammate Jeff Gordon, got another teammate right on his back bumper, and they are working very well together, and Jr. wants to lead back now.
And he found a hole at the bottom, and he jumped down to it.
Man, I tell you what, though, that thing took off up the hill when he did. He carried her down into 3, and he never burped her. You got to love this about those guys. I mean, Junior, can you imagine what it would mean to him to win out the first time out in this car? How much, and there's a lot of pressure on him to do it. I mean, it's not like he's out there on a Sunday drive.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the Budweiser Shootout of 2003, but going into tonight, since 03, he'd only led 2 laps in this race the following 4 years.
But I've said
2 laps total.
All winter long, what a difference a year has made. He comes in here, he doesn't have to worry about what he's doing for the future. He doesn't have to worry about battling with Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. All he's worried about and focused on is driving that 88 car, and he has shown that all during winter testing.
Stewart now with Sorensen as his wingman. Reed Sorensen in his first ever Bud Shootout.
One thing I'm starting to see, though, these things are starting to slide just a little bit more every time they exit one of these off of turn 2 and off of turn 4. They're getting a little bit more slide in them.
Well, we're almost 25 laps into this second segment now. Next time by, be 25 laps to go.
And Junior is taking that thing right up to the top because he can't stand. He can't come off on the bottom, I don't think, with the car sliding the way it is.
No, Darrell, he's up there in the old Richard Petty groove. Richard would run this track just about a foot off the wall all the way around, and I once asked him, why do you do that? He says, well, if something goes wrong, it doesn't hurt so bad when you get to that outside wall if you keep it real close to you.
Don't have very far to go.
Right.
Well, the King won this race 7 times, so I tell you, taking advice from him wouldn't be too bad.
And you know, we're talking about these cars sliding around. Remember, Jeff Gordon elected to make a pit stop when the caution came out on lap 24, went back racing on lap 27. So he definitely has a little fresher tires than a lot of these guys he's racing with.
45 laps complete, 25 to go. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has led 33 of those laps. He's out front. Last year's runner-up in the Budweiser Shootout, David Gilliland, becomes the second Ford driver to pop a right front tire and hit the wall. This time it happened in turn 4. Watch for Greg Biffle, Martin Truex, and Casey Kane to be involved.
Inside's covered.
Right in the middle of turn 4, car just goes straight. Just nowhere for Martin Truex Jr. in the 1 or Greg Biffle in the 16 to go.
Bud car gets a little damage too as it was going by.
You're riding with Casey Kane.
Bam. Yep. Good job of saving it on Casey's part.
Coming. You got it. Good save. Good save. Caution's going to be out. Caution's out.
And you better believe with about 20 laps to go, pit road's going to be very, very busy, Dick Berggren.
Indeed, Mark Martin has the first pit on pit road. He is coming in now. His crew chief, Tony Gibson, has told him he's doing a great job. Indeed, he is. He pits out of the 6th position. Matt.
Dale Jr. said his car handling very well, and he told his cousin Tony Eury Jr., you can go for 2 tires if you want. He says, nope, we're going for 4. Krista?
Greg Zipadelli guiding Tony Stewart into pit road. The car is very loose, real loose here, Bud. It was exactly what Tony Stewart said. 4 tires and a chassis adjustment.
Christian Casey Mears says he's feeling pretty racy in that 5 car. His car is just a little bit tight. They've made an air pressure adjustment to the left rear tire.
And he gets out third, Steve.
I tell you what, though, that 88 crew was on it, buddy.
They were definitely on it. I think everyone, for the most part, other than maybe Kenny Schrader in the 49 car, went for 4 tires.
Third caution flag of the night. This one for David Gilliland.
Under our third caution here at the Budweiser Shootout in Daytona, our Sears race summary, Dave Blaney in a Toyota, our current leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr., who won this event in 2003, was the first segment leader, just like he was back then. Jeff Hammond?
Yeah, take a look right here. We watched the 2 car of Kurt Busch right there in the middle on lap 36. He and David Gilliland in the 38 car, they got together, which eventually sent Kurt Busch to pit road, but in this recent caution, eventually it cost him on a right front tire. He got in the outside wall, and he's now out of the race. See the contact one more time between those 2 cars.
It was about an 8 to 10 minute gap there, and Kevin Harvick observing with us, learning some things along the way. What's catching your eye at this point?
Well, I think the biggest thing that's catching my eye is you don't obviously want to be in the middle. It seems like you go straight back, but the fact that these guys are backing up, obviously getting a run, is a lot more effective than it was with the old car. Obviously, we used to do that, but the way that the 88 got by earlier, got by Blaney, was he backed up going about a quarter of the way through the corner, and then he just drove around him on the outside. You could see him set it up the lap before.
All right, let's rejoin Darrell, Larry, and Mike.
Inside of 20 laps to go, Chris. We're getting set for the restart. All restarts double file. The Bill Davis Toyota for Dave Blaney, and then 3 Hendrick cars. Dale Jr., Casey Mears, Jimmy Johnson, Reed Sorensen, Jeff Gordon, Kenny Schrader, Tony Stewart, Carl Edwards, and Mark Martin are the top 10.
Let's make note, Tommy Bowen Jr., the crew chief for Dave Blaney, like Kenny Schrader, elected to go with just 2 right side tires on that 22 car. That's how they won the battle off pit road, DW.
Yeah, that's a gamble, but that's a fast race car too, so it's not going to hurt him for a few laps.
David Gilliland has gone to the garage, joining Martin Truex, Jamie McMurray, Bill Elliott.
I just don't know that. I think I'd want my best hand right now, because you're going up against the Hendrick cars that are mighty, mighty strong. Don't handicap yourself with those 2 tires.
I know one thing. I normally do it at the beginning of the races, but you better reach up there and pull those belts tight, really tight now. 19 to go.
Business is getting ready to pick up.
18 to go as they cross the line. And Blaney trying to establish a little distance out here. Usually that's a bad thing if you get a gap on the field, because they'll run you down in a hurry.
Especially up on that outside, the 88 and the 24 and the 48, they're working good high. Got good momentum off of 2, and here they come.
Got those 3 Hendrick cars on the outside, and then you got the other Hendrick car, Casey Mears, in the 5 car, who's been right there for a number of laps. I think this will be a breakout year for Casey Mears in that 5.
Right now, old Junebug's sitting there hands singing, "Follow me, I'm the Pied Piper."
And they will for a little bit.
Come on, boys.
Matt?
Mike Dale Jr. told Tony Jr. the preferred lane near the end is going to be up high just because of the tire wear. He also said, count me down, 15 laps, 10 laps, so that way I can start to make my moves, plan out my run to the finish.
Almost 4 wide in the back of the pack there. You see Kenny Schrader's 49, losing a spot to Carl Edwards, who's trying to get back to the front in the Office Depot 99. Oh, trouble. Clint Boyer got a nudge and hung on toward the back of the field.
Let me tell you, that big old wing, you got to be pretty sideways to lose one of these things.
He drove right out of it.
Yeah, the 07 almost went around.
I'm not sure when they put that on there they knew what it was going to do ultimately, but that thing was gone. You see it right here.
Denny Hamlin in the 11 got such a run off turn 2, and it's almost like Clint had to roll out of the throttle just a little bit. What a run he got on him.
Boy, and they were 4 wide for an instant right there.
But I tell you, we just heard Kevin Harvick talk about it, how much these cars will just get a suck behind that other car and just lunge toward it.
Well, they've got so much more horsepower now, and this is what the drivers have been asking for. Give us some acceleration. Don't make me run over that guy in front of me. Give me something I can work with.
Well, these new cars, this car of today, pokes a bigger hole in the wind. It's 4 inches wider, 2.5 inches taller, so it's going to create a bigger draft behind it.
And that's why they have a little more power. NASCAR gave them a little bigger restrictor plate under the carburetor.
But like the old car, you had to hold it wide open. If you ever lifted it, it took too long to get going again. This car, you can play with the throttle and maintain your speed.
Mark Martin in car number 8. The Army car has joined the Hendrick trio of Earnhardt Jr., Johnson, and Gordon on the outside. Downstairs, it's Tony Stewart and Dave Blaney.
And we see a few cars that look like when they're on fresh tires, they're able to hang with the front guys. But as it goes along, some of those guys fall back.
How about that brick Jimmy Johnson said he has? I guess they polished on it a bit.
I believe they have, because there he is, right behind Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jimmy Johnson, the 48 car.
Krista, pretty good brick.
Very good brick. You took the words right out of my mouth, Mike. I said, somehow this brick has become chiseled into a bit of a missile. Remember, this is a short track car, too. This backup was the Richmond car from last year of Jimmy Johnson. It was scheduled to go to Nashville to test on Monday and Tuesday. Well, instead of country music, it's won a trip to sunshiny Florida looking for a Bud Shootout win. Jimmy Johnson, a former winner in this event.
Well, I know what a guy told me one time. He said, boy, that car don't have no idea where it is.
I'll tell you who's happiest about this turn of events is Brett Bodine, the former competitor in the Cup Series, who is now NASCAR's Director of Cost Containment. One of the hopes for the COT platform is that you could take a car and run it anywhere. Jimmy Johnson proving that here tonight.
Well, I think here probably more than any place else, well, more than Talladega for sure, a Hamlin car, a good car with downforce is what you want to race with. You'd like to have 2 cars here, one to qualify, one to race.
13 laps to go, and still the first 18 cars are all tied together.
And we saw Jimmy Johnson in that 48 car giving his teammate Dale Earnhardt Jr. a little bump trap, front bumper to rear bumper, then he backed off when they got to the corner.
But you saw them exit 2, and nobody is running as high on the track as Junior is.
And we saw that at Talladega. When he gets that thing working and he gets it right up next to the wall, he can make time around a racetrack.
And I believe Stewart has a strong race car. He just can't get a line behind him like he needs to work that bottom.
Let me know when Jeff gets clear if we can get to the bottom, but we might not want to. 10-4, he's still side by side with the 20th.
Teamwork, man. He's talking about, that's Dale Jr. talking about Jeff Gordon. I think he's a little concerned that he's leaving that bottom open for Stewart and Blaney to get up there and mess him up. So he wants to be able to go the bottom if he has to.
There's Matt on the leader.
DW, that's exactly what Dale Earnhardt Jr. just said on the radio. He said, let me know when Jeff Gordon is clear of Stewart. So in case we want to go to the bottom, we might not want to do it, but in case we want to, we can.
Well, Kevin Harvick, it looks like everybody watched your Daytona 500 DVD and saw how working your way around the outside can get you to victory lane.
Well, you just get that momentum coming off the corners. You know, there's kind of a hill as you come down off of those corners. But if you notice that he's also, and Darrell can probably relate to this, there's a lot of bumps way up next to the wall. As he goes through 1 and 2, he's going to be like a lane down, and it's not quite as bumpy, because if you get way up there, the bumps might send you up into the fence. But notice he's not as high as Dale Jr. normally is, because there's so many bumps up there. And as he goes through 3 and 4, there's bumps on the bottom, and he'll kind of run up top and then kind of diamond it back to the middle, going around all those bumps.
And after this many laps, you know where every bump is. And you know how you want to hit it.
Yeah, and with these cars, as the handling gets worse, you want to go over as few bumps as possible to keep the thing straight.
I'd be worried if I was Junior, and I think this is the position he's in. He doesn't want to leave Jeff. He doesn't want to leave Jeff and Jimmy out there to drive. But here comes Stewart and Blaney on the bottom, and this is what he was afraid of, I think.
They just keep fighting and clawing at the bottom of this racetrack.
10 laps to go. Darrell, from this point on, you have no friends.
No. If there may be a caution for gloves, and I'm talking about boxing gloves.
Reed Sorensen last time by got a piece of the wall coming off turn 2. Now he had been running in the top 5. He's back to 7th. Watch the 41 way up high behind Denny Hamlin. Second black car in the picture. Little scrape.
Yeah, and Mark in the Army car really he took all the air off of Reed's car and it just shoved out and scraped the wall.
There goes Stewart. He jumped up behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. down the back straightaway and just drove by him for the lead. 9 to go this time.
I think that was the big fear that Junior had. I think he knew Stewart was laying back there, but he didn't want to mess up his teammates. Now he's got his hands full.
Biggest recovery of this race. Kurt Busch, car 2, down on the inside. Had to make a pit stop to pull the fender, lost a lap. When the caution came out for Gilliland, he got the free pass, got back on the lead lap. He's up in 4th place.
You don't reckon he would like to get up there and say hello to Mr. Stewart, do you?
I'm sure he'd love to get in this little old fight up there.
Well, it's sure shaping up like he might be able to.
Jimmy Johnson in the 48 just jumped right down in front of him. He sees maybe that inside line starting to move a little bit.
Carl Edwards working his way back toward the lead. That's Kurt Busch just ahead, and Denny Hamlin on the outside in the 11. 8 laps to go.
Tell you that 20 car is going to be mighty, mighty hard to get by. It's going to take Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, and Dale Jr. to get it done. June's trying to get outside there to get a little momentum coming off of 2. He's got Jeff with him now and Jimmy right behind him. It's going to take all those guys to get around him, I guarantee you.
Let's show you how Tony Stewart got the lead.
Just got that run down the back straightaway going off into turn 3 and just turned it right to the bottom.
That was almost too easy. But I think Junior knew he couldn't afford to take some evasive action there and block him because it cost him too much momentum.
7 laps to go.
I believe Junior's a little better off at 2.
There are 13 cars within 1 second of the lead.
I am thoroughly, thoroughly impressed with these cars staying together this long the way they have. Normally down here, by now we're strung out single file, not a lot of racing going on. These cats are on top of the wheel.
Oh, Kurt Busch is in trouble in a 2 car. He's got a tire down, it looks like.
And he hangs on.
Look at that car, Larry. I mean, it finally spins it out.
Caution is on the speedway. They'll come to take 6 laps to go.
Well, I'm impressed because that's a car that was headed for the wall and coulda, woulda, shoulda hit it hard.
It sure should have.
Good job.
That's an understatement.
Looks like the right front's down.
It's the blue deuce. That's Reed Sorensen on the outside.
Gets a push from Carl there. I don't think that had anything to do with it. He just gets loose getting in there. I'm not so sure that tire wasn't soft going into 3. Look at that car. I mean, that thing should be spun out and going back up the racetrack. It finally does, but I'm telling you, that it's incredible how these cars will straighten themselves up.
Say, I don't know that the tire's all the way down, but it's almost like it maybe had a soft look to it.
Yeah.
He benefited by getting down on the apron where he could then use the banking as a berm to keep that right rear from climbing the hill. From
nice
Carl
and
Edwards.
easy, single file.
That thing just steps out. It never did get it. It never was under him. And of course, that's a right front, soft right front.
And
watch your
a collision with J.J. Yeley.
Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming.
Next to Hamlin.
Was that Hamlin that got hit again?
Hasn't missed a caution yet tonight, has he?
And 2 nights.
I think he ended up okay, but J.J. Yeley got together with somebody on the inside going into turn 3.
It may have been Mark.
Well, I think we're going to see about the top 5 or 6, maybe 7 or 8 stay out, but pretty much the back part of the field comes in. Nothing to lose. Give me 4 fresh tires. Let's make that last adjustment.
Boy, I tell you, this is a good move right here.
Dick Berggren.
Mark Martin has just told the crew that he was sorry for what he considered a driving mistake, put 4 tires on the car, and he said he's going to try to make something of this. Matt.
And Dick, the 88, Dale Earnhardt Jr., not on pit road, but he did report into his team. I do have a vibration, not a driveline vibration. I believe a loose wheel is progressively getting a little bit worse as the laps wind on. But we should be okay. Steve?
Matt, Carl Edwards just came down pit road and literally put his hand out the window with 4 fingers saying, "Get tires." That's what he got. By the way, Kurt Busch said, "Loose entry, man. That was our problem."
Thanks, Steve. We mentioned a problem for J.J. Yaley, who was kind of trailing the play, if you will. And it appears that he and Ryan Newman got together. Let's have a look. On the right of your screen.
Yeah, he sees the trouble up ahead, and he starts checking up big time. JJ in the 96 car, Yaley, he just comes flying in there and gets into Ryan.
Dick?
Well, it's going to be a long pit stop for Ryan Newman for sure, and he was really hoping to win the race tonight, Mike. His father, Greg, tonight is his birthday, and the birthday present was planned to be a trophy out of this event. Not to be.
Ryan's birthday was 2 months ago, and Chrissy gave him something he'd always wanted, a brand new, restored to brand new, 49 Buick convertible.
Wow.
Kind of like the one in Rain Man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, it's not kind of like. It was one of the cars used in Rain Man.
Wow.
And that's the new pride of his collection.
Cool.
But he had definitely started working his way up through there with that backup car. You know, we talked to him during the break, and he said, you know, it's not quite time to go, but it will be. And he had started making a move.
Well, Chris, Jeff, this is still an anybody can win it kind of race, even with just a few laps to go.
Yeah, and Mike, we can't end under caution. So, Kevin, you throw caution to the wind. Who's your choice here? Is Tony the guy?
Well, I think with as few laps left, I think it's, you know, I don't think the tires are going to mean a huge difference, but I think those 3 Hendrick cars up there are going to play a factor, and it's hard to see how it's going to shake out, but the 20's been stout down there by himself.
But at the same time, though, Kevin, with these guys coming in, including your teammate Clint Boyer, getting 4 tires, it could make some special noise because he's going to be able to have a lot of grip right now. A lot of these teams don't have, and it could be really interesting to see if he make a run through the middle.
We hadn't been through too many cycles on the tires and not pitted either, so it'll be interesting to see.
But you think we could see another little mix-up, possibly?
It'll be aggressive.
Let's go back to Mike, Darrell, and Larry.
Well, if this was a traditional Sprint Cup race, you'd see a single file restart, and the 4 Hendrick drivers running 2nd through 5th could all gang up and draft past Tony Stewart. But as you see, the rules for the Budweiser shootout, double file restarts. So pick your partner and let's dance.
Yeah, here's one rule that never changes, though. Don't spin the tires and don't miss a shift. That's the big thing right now if you're up there in the front. I've seen it happen time and time again here on restarts. Somebody misses a gear, somebody messes up, and away we go.
Pole qualifying tomorrow on Fox, then the Gatorade Duel at Daytona. On Speed Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, part of over 100 hours of Speed Week coverage on Speed.
54 cars here trying to qualify for the 50th annual Daytona 500. There's only room for 43.
I don't know that you can win this race from back there with the 4 tires, but I guarantee you one thing, you can pass a lot of cars in a hurry. That's going to make a big difference in those guys that got tires.
3 laps to go when they come back. Pace car is going to make that hard left turn, and it'll be 3 laps to decide the 30th Budweiser shootout. In 1979, Buddy Baker led 18 of the 20 laps and banked $50,000. Now the race is longer, the stakes are bigger, and here we go for 3 laps.
Good clean restart by all those guys up front. Those first 6 cars get off nice and clean. Looks to me like Jeff Gordon says, I'm going to go with you, Tony.
And I think that's the only choice he has right now.
Kind of left Junior out there. We got to see if Jimmy can catch up here in the 48 and give him a shove.
There comes Reed Sorensen in that 41 car. He's going to be pushing Jeff Gordon in the 24. But there comes the outside line. They get the run off turn 2 down the back straightaway.
Now Jeff Gordon says, whoops, I shouldn't have gone with you, Tony.
But here they come. Tony's got a good line behind him. 4 cars tucked up tightly. And look at Dave Blaney in that 22 car, one of the cars that took 4 tires.
I think those guys with 4 tires, if they could get clear sailing here, get some openings, they can get up there.
Watch this. It's the old Harvick move around the outside, the one Kevin used to win the 500. But this time, Stewart edges ahead at the line. 2 laps to go.
Let me tell you what, I'd get the old photo camera ready for the start-finish line because this is going to be a tight one.
Yes, it is.
T. Taylor Warren is on the roof. He's the man that shot the photo finish of the first Daytona 500. He's still
Boy,
here.
Hamlin is all over the place in that 11 car.
He wrecked. He just didn't hit anything. Oh, there's somebody else back there that almost wrecked.
Sorensen in the 41.
I mean,
Might
they
have got
are
a piece of the wall.
Banging on each other.
He got a hit from Casey Mears.
Look at Jeff Gordon going backwards. He got in the wrong line.
It'll be a lap to go.
Here comes the 11.
Earnhardt Nation up front.
Here they come, boys. White flag. 1 lap to go.
Yippee! This is all right. I love it.
It's the Bell lap. And they're 3, almost 4 wide in the
Clear
back.
by 1 there, side by side behind him still.
Stewart in second, looking back from Earnhardt.
Almost every position changed places as they came to the white flag.
Junebug's been getting off at 2 real nice. If he protects the bottom, little blocking if he goes down the back.
1 back there. 48's got a big run
Johnson
here behind
coming
him.
on the outside with Sorensen and Mears.
Watch that outside. Watch the outside. Protect the bottom.
Now is that yellow line your best friend?
It is now. It is now.
Because you can't pass below it, but that outside line, they're getting a run. Here comes Johnson to the high side.
And Earnhardt comes up to block. That opens the bottom for Stewart. And the 30th Budweiser shootout goes to the National Guard Impala, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yes, sir. All right. All right. Bank it, baby. Bank it. That was a great finish.
That was a great race.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. Folks, badmouth this car all you want to, but we got ourselves a race car.
Yes, sir.
And that's race car spelled forward or backwards.
Hey, good job, boys. What a race car. This might be a 500 winner y'all got here. You just don't know it.
Look at Tony Jr. Is he not going to be just beside himself?
He came over to Hendrick with his cousin, driver Dale Earnhardt Jr. And his team will go to victory lane. Stewart is second. Hamlin came up for third. Where did he come from? Jimmy Johnson and Casey Kane, the top 5.
I know this is not a points event, but it's been almost 2 years since Dale Earnhardt Jr.
buddy. Congratulations.
That's Rick Hendrick.
That's the boss.
That was blast.
That's the boss. Mr. H.
What a way to start our deal, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But they have not been to victory lane of any kind since May of 2006 at Richmond.
Do something amazing, man.
I think he just did, Rick. He ran 70 laps. Pretty amazing, didn't he? What movie is that line from? I think this is the start of a beautiful relationship.
I believe
Casablanca
you're right.
is the last line. Was that the last line of Casablanca?
I think it started something big. I can tell you that.
Look at this crowd. Whoever said he was going to lose fans? I think he gained some more.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. will drive into the first Sprint Cup victory lane of 2008. There is Rick Hendrick coming over to offer congratulations to his newest driver and newest winner from Hendrick Motorsports. Steve Letarte, the crew chief of what became the 4th place car for Jeff Gordon. And Chad Knaus, whose Jimmy Johnson finished 3rd. Dale Jr. has led 47 laps of this race, the most laps anybody's ever led in the Budweiser shootout. Car owner Rick Hendrick notches his 5th win as Jr. goes to victory lane in the shootout for the 2nd time. Matt Yoakum.
Congratulations by the boss. Junior, welcome home. What's it mean to win not only Daytona again, but for owner Rick Hendrick after all you guys have gone through the past 6 months?
That was fun. I mean, the shootout is a neat race, and I had a blast those last few laps. I got some great help from my teammates, I didn't win the race without Jimmy pushing me. Just didn't win it. So thanks to him and Chad and those guys for working real hard to get that car ready. As a backup. Thanks to my team. They had a great pit stop, got us out second. Thanks to everybody at Hendrick Motorsports. The National Guard? Huh? That's awesome. AMP, everybody that's helping us, Sony, Adidas. I hope the fans enjoyed that. Wow, man, it was fun. I'm so happy. My new team, Victory Lane, man, it don't get no better.
I think you can see there, driver 88, all jacked up. Race 1, win number 1 for owner Rick Hendrick and Jr. here at Daytona. Krista?
Matt, we can certainly hear it in his voice. You know, we've seen Dale Jr. and Tony Stewart work together here at Daytona quite a bit, but you were on the wrong side of that coin tonight. Talk about your event tonight.
No, I'm pretty happy. I mean, it's hard to beat Dale Jr. I mean, he's one of the best restrictor plate drivers there's ever been. So, you know, he learned a lot from his dad, and I'm not sure he's not better than his dad in all honesty now. But can't be disappointed. I mean, we were climbing an uphill battle there on the bottom, but it was fun. I mean, it's fun when you get around guys you trust like that, and you know, it made it a lot of fun tonight.
Dale Jr. has now 2 Bud Shootout wins. Don't forget, Mike, Tony Stewart has 3.
That's okay, and it's the best finish ever for Toyota in the shootout. Stewart finishing second to Dale Earnhardt Jr. Got one word for this race. This was fun.
You know, I thought I was over optimistic coming down here. I thought maybe I was fooling myself that we were going to have great races, but maybe, you know, I was apprehensive. I'm not anymore. This is a race car, and we're going to have us a race.
You know, I want to tip my hat to some people. You know, the 20 crew, they had to repair that race car. They had to change the engine, go to the rear of the field. Tip of the hat to Reed Sorensen, Casey Mears, Dave Blaney finished 5th, 6th, and 7th. And this is the race I think we've been anticipating. I want to tip my hat to NASCAR. They never gave up on this car, and what a race tonight. I can't wait for the rest of the week.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins the Budweiser Shootout, his second victory in this all-star tilt. Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Reed Sorensen, Mears, Blaney, Martin, Hamlin, and Kane, the first 10 of 23 drivers in this event. 5 times the winner of the shootout has gone on to win the Daytona 500 1 week later. Bobby Allison, Bill Elliott, Dale Jarrett twice, and Jeff Gordon. We've got a lot of racing yet to go. Can't wait for Thursday, Chris.
All right, thanks, Mike. Kevin Harvick, it's what they expected, right, when Junior teamed up with Hendrick Motorsports?
Well, I think so. And what a great night for our sport. I mean, Dale Jr.'s got a settled home. The car of tomorrow is the car of today, and, you know, everything has gone great. And just a lot of things settled in our sport last year, and it's really come to a head tonight.
Well, the thing I'm seeing right now, my palms are sweating, my heart's beating because, hey, we're back racing here at Daytona. It was an exciting night. We had something happen that we've been praying for. Dale Jr. going back to victory lane. It was good to see him be able to do that in such great fashion. But as Darrell, Larry, Mike, and everybody, including Kevin, thank you a lot for coming down here. You talk about exciting racing. We saw some good side-by-side racing here tonight.
And back in 2004, the Daytona 500, Dale Earnhardt Jr. first, Tony Stewart second. That's how it was tonight in the Budweiser Shootout, the 11th Daytona win for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Tony mentioned his father, of course, who won 34 times at Daytona. Fox's coverage of Speed Weeks continuing as we bring you Daytona 500 Pole Qualifying, presented by DirecTV, to find out who will take the pole position for the 50th running of the Great American Race. Our coverage beginning tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, in high definition, only on Fox, as we continue to bring you the action from Daytona. Don't forget the Pro Bowl also tomorrow following our coverage from here. Promotional considerations provided by So 17 lead changes, 8 different leaders, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. setting the tone for what he and Hendrick Motorsports hope will be another great run here from Daytona. Chris Myers for Jeff Hammond and our entire crew. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern on Fox from Daytona.